In the summertime?
Just, yeah, like she knows a lot, but just not every single detail. But on the most part, she knows. Like
Mothers worry.
My mother worries like I just left home yesterday at 18 years old. I'm 34 now, and she does still worry about me like I left home yesterday for the first time. Like, which
well, you're
I'm
still
glad
her kid.
Because, yeah.
What happened at the hospital?
Well, at the hospital, John, well, I guess he died later on that night. I don't know what time or anything. But when I went and saw him the second time, his breathing was getting a lot worse, and his head was swollen right up, and he was bruising and everything. So I guess they took me out to my grandma's place, and my brother was there, and my sister, my mom, and my stepdad, and so it was really good support for me, you know, everybody was there. And that's me there with Santa. I don't know what year that was, but...
You were, what, 8 there?
Yeah, probably about that, yeah.
And you're 28 now?
Yeah.
I don't think anything has affected me more than looking at those family pictures. I realized then that each one of the people down here has past, and they'll have futures. They may come from broken families, but a lot of people come from good, strong upbringing families. They've just made the wrong choice. They've got into drugs. They've got into heavy alcohol abuse. And with Carly that day, I watched and I saw that she, when she was young, did the same things I did. Went on camping trips, went with family outings.
See, these are all my mom, you can see the way I grew up, you know, pools in the backyard and everything. This isn't my lifestyle, right? This isn't the way I was raised to be. I just got into the dope and, you know, he just got caught up in everything, right? And ended up down here.
I've turned into a bit of a softie in terms of dealing with some of these people. I was a lot more hard-nosed when I first came out, and concepts seemed a lot clearer when I was out of the academy and on the street here, basically, you know, law enforcement. Heavy emphasis on the enforcement. But the courts here treat possession not as a criminal, but rather a social issue. And now I understand that there's a hell of a lot more to policing. If you want to police a neighborhood, you want to take ownership in it, you want to become part of the solution, you have to look beyond just going out there and enforcing the law and the Rescue 911 cops crap. I mean, it's a part of our job. Don't get me wrong, we have to do it. And we have to protect the public from some of the criminals out there. But there's a lot more to policing. So I've softened up a bit, and I've taken time to get to know some of the people down here, even if they are quote-unquote criminals.
Can you believe that? I mean, you'd be amazed at what I find in the garbage. You'd be absolutely amazed.
What have you found today? Anything?
Oh, I just find kids' toys and stuff, but there was just a nice army jacket I would like to give it to you.
106 was an assist, or if you could assist 2 Alpha 5,
okay, that's
hurry up at the 150 water for a drug test.
This is perfect for you.
2 Alpha 5 on top.
I call the shots. That's good.
Would you ever wear it?
I probably would. You need some clothes there, Nicola. You hang on to it.
Anything I get is...
Your legs bugging you, is it, Randy?
Yeah, man. That's why I'm moving around like this. I stand still. The pain goes directly to one spot in my leg, and I can't handle that much pain.
Can you show us what's wrong with your leg? And how did that start?
Just a little cut like that.
Just a little cut?
Yeah. That's incredible. I don't know how it carried on, you know.
It was only not even hours before a citizen flagged me over when I was in the lane and said there was somebody in trouble on the street. I went down, I saw Randy, and I've seen him like that dozens of times. It's brutal for somebody who doesn't know what's going on.
Are you okay, Randy?
But there.
Are you okay?
Ask him.
Randy's one of our subjects. We're following him over a period of time in Skid Row here. So he just shot up with cocaine and heroin. That's why he's acting like that.
He's at about 110, 120.
Excuse me.
So how long have you known Randy?
I'd say I've known him for about 5 or 6 years. Just a few months.
And what do you think his condition was today?
Normal.
Typical. I've seen him a lot worse. I've seen him in that condition a lot.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's alive.
Randy's a survivor.
At 40?
I'd say he's probably one of the oldest addicts down here, both age and length down in the area. He's been down here for probably about 10 years, and he's a hardcore addict, and he lives on the streets, and there's very few that can actually live on the streets and live with an addiction for that length of time.
Did you hear what I said?
When you get working on this drug awareness project, you can sort of become attached to the various subjects that we've chosen to chronicle down here, because you have to get to know their life in detail, and you realize that, geez, they're doing a wonderful service to the community by providing us access to their life and filming their hellish existence down here and talking about their sad and painful stories down here. And they have nothing to give monetarily back to the community, but this is one way that they feel they can make a difference.
I already went all through this, but...
So this is your dirty work?
For instance, I mean, this sweater, there's nothing wrong with that sweater. I mean, it's not the most fashionable. There's books, and I don't like books being thrown away. I'm pretty sure that's gold. Look at it.
Okay, Nicola, we bump into you from time to time.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah! Assault by a public.
Okay. We bump into you from time to time, but we don't really know what you do, like on a full day. What's your regular routine on a full day?
Unfortunately, I am not doing anything illegal, so I've been reduced to panhandling. And people are becoming very callous and cold-hearted because there's too many people panhandling, and they're just simply too many security guards pushing too many people further and further into the corner.
Well, how much do you make when you go out and
Very little.
Like...
Very little. It's very dependent upon people's moods, and sometimes I can go out there and for 2 hours everybody will say no.
What do you say? Like, pretend I'm a tourist that you're panhandling too, or a normal person. What would you say to me?
Oh, excuse me, sir. I have nowhere to stay. I've been sleeping outside, and I'm hungry and I'm cold. Could you please spare $1 or any change, please? Gimme!
Okay, you convinced me. Here, that's all I got.
No, I don't believe you. If I turn you upside down and shake you, anything I find is mine.
It's yours, right?
What does it cost you for a hit?
$10.
What does it cost you for a day?
Depends. I mean, you can never get enough. So, never.
On your cheapest day, what can you get by with as far as drugs go?
$10 an hour.
And that's waking hours, and you're awake, what, 12 hours a day? So you're looking at $120. And what about the expensive end? What's the most you've spent down here on a day?
Probably $600.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane.
You talk to different beat officers that have been down here for 10 years and they say that they haven't burnt out. You talk to other guys that have been down here for 2 or 3 years and they're burnt out. I think it's very individualistic to the officer. It's your attitudes towards this place. Our partnerships, the guys we work with, and if it wasn't for good guys to work with, there's no way you could work down in this area.